The very first trailer for Spider-Man 4, Brand New Day, aside from the Punisher and Scorpion we already spotted, there are actually 4 hidden characters buried inside. Because let's be real, Sony and Marvel love playing tricks with trailers. Back in No Way Home, they literally erased Tobey and Andrew with CGI, just to save the big reveal for the final cut. So in this video, we're breaking it all down. The 4 hidden characters inside the trailer, and what roles they might play in the film. First up, the one with overwhelming presence, Kingpin. This guy is Daredevil's ultimate nemesis, but his very first appearance was actually in Spider-Man comics, and Into the Spider-Verse. He was the main villain, and even killed Peter Parker himself. In multiple Spider-Man animated series, Kingpin remains a core enemy, and in the Brand New Day storyline, he plays a major role as well. This new film clearly borrows heavily from that arc, including mutant Punisher elements, and even the giant spider transformation. In the current MCU timeline, Kingpin is still the mayor of New York City. However, Daredevil, Born Again Season 2, drops before Brand New Day. In that season, Kingpin's mayor storyline wraps up, and its timeline takes place before the new Spider-Man film. So by the finale, there's a strong chance Kingpin gets taken down, loses his position, and ends up back behind bars, which perfectly lines up with the trailer scene where Spider-Man receives the key to the city. Don't forget, after becoming mayor, Kingpin's first move was pushing anti-superhero laws hard. If he were still in power, there's no way Spider-Man gets honored like that. This detail suggests we're now in a new administration, one that's actively undoing Kingpin's anti-hero policies. They're welcoming heroes like Spider-Man and using publicity stunts like the city key to repair the damage he caused. On top of that, we see the Punisher driving his armored vehicle in broad daylight, which clearly shows the city is now far more tolerant, even though Vincent D'Onofrio has repeatedly said, due to rights issues, he can't play Kingpin in MCU films and won't appear in this one. But here's the catch. This is a Spider-Man movie, and Sony owns the rights, so this could easily be misdirection. If Kingpin does show up, he definitely won't be alone. Daredevil is likely coming with him. But then again, another smokescreen drops. Are you in the movie? No. You say no, okay. Yeah, a lot of no. If I was in the movie, I would also say no. By the end of Born Again Season 2, Matt might turn himself in, after breaking the law multiple times as a vigilante, choosing punishment as redemption. So Season 3 could potentially focus on Matt and Kingpin serving time together in prison, maybe even forced to team up just to survive. Because let's be honest, they've made a lot of enemies, and Rikers Island is full of them. Also, there are 2 shots in the trailer where Daredevil might actually be present, but digitally removed to avoid spoilers. The first scene shows Spider-Man kneeling in what looks like a prison, fighting members of the Hand. Now keep in mind, the Hand is Daredevil's longtime enemy. Quick breakdown. The Hand first appeared in Daredevil issue number 174 back in 1981. Originally hired assassins under Kingpin, formed by ninjas, thieves, and killers. They started as rebels against feudal oppression in Japan, but were later corrupted by dark forces. Over time, different factions spread worldwide. By 1588, after Toyotomi Hideyoshi banned civilian weapons, these rebel groups united and evolved into the Hand. Their leadership eventually fell under dark magic. In modern times, they became a mercenary organization. Elektra, Daredevil, and even Wolverine have all been tied to them. In the trailer, their goal is likely to eliminate Daredevil, possibly even Kingpin, since both became targets after events in Daredevil and the Defenders. So, Spider-Man might actually be there, protecting Daredevil, or even protecting Kingpin from being assassinated. And in that exact shot, it's obvious someone was digitally erased. The ninjas below aren't even looking at Spider-Man, which doesn't make sense. Just like No Way Home, where Tobey and Andrew were removed, we even saw the Lizard getting kicked by nothing. So to keep the surprise, Daredevil could have been edited out, and maybe even Kingpin too. Meaning in the final movie, we could see Spider-Man fighting side by side with Daredevil against the Hand. At the end of the day, Brand New Day is basically dropping Spider-Man right into the MCU street-level chaos, alongside Punisher, Kingpin, and Daredevil. Now let's talk about Sadie Sink's character. In the trailer, there's a shot of someone in green, strapped to a chair, and another showing a hooded figure, arms spread wide. That's her. This character has mind control abilities. We even see a woman being controlled, driving a tank and causing destruction. Then the control jumps to others. Before the trailer dropped, there were tons of rumors about her on-set look, but casting a rising star like her means one thing: she's not playing a minor role. So the internet believes she's Jean Grey, and the mind control scenes match her powers perfectly. But in this film, she looks more like a villain, which suggests this version of Jean could be a native mutant from Earth 616, setting up the X-Men, since Ms. Marvel already introduced mutants. But this version of Jean doesn't understand her powers and lacks guidance from Professor X. In the comics, Jean is often manipulated by outside forces, so she could be controlled, fired, or forced to use her powers to break into the prison. and the ones controlling her could very well be the Hand. There's also another theory. She might be Typhoid Mary, with her red hair, former leader of the Hand, and similar mind control abilities. Either way, her character could end up releasing Hulk, because even though we only see Bruce Banner, Marvel would never show Banner without Hulk. In the trailer, Banner still wears that device, allowing him to switch between forms freely. Back in Endgame, we learned Banner merged with Hulk, but Hulk is still a separate consciousness, just suppressed. If her character breaks into Banner's mind, she could awaken Hulk and weaponize him. What's interesting is, Banner reacts to Peter Parker like he's seen him before, which might be Hulk's buried memory, because Hulk could be the only one who still remembers. Peter is Spider-Man. In the comics, everyone forgets, except Hulk, and in the movie, when Doctor Strange cast the spell, Hulk was dormant, so the magic didn't affect him. If she unleashes Hulk as a weapon, then we might actually see Spider-Man versus Hulk. So that scene where Spider-Man fights the Hand, could it be that those ninjas were being controlled